Eric, the Plague Doctor, 981YT here, and beekos. Welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online, my favorite multiplayer game of all time. So, in the last one, beekos, we uncovered a plot where a vampiric assassin with an eye patch ended up killing the High Queen of Skyrim. And although we tried to discuss matters with the High King, he would not see reason because his judgment and rationale is blinded by his hatred for King Yoren of Eastern Skyrim and leader of the Ebonheart Pact. So our investigation took us down here to Blackreach, or at least a region of it. And yeah, we need to destroy the witch's pikes, and yeah, stop the another Harrowstorm from happening. Going the wrong way? Oh, there's an opening right here. That's good, that's good, that's good. Alright, let's go talk to Fenn.
Stop the Harrowstorm before it could even get started. Now to deal with the vampire. Well done, my friend. Before the witch could even begin her ritual, I saw the magicka disappear like the flame of a snuffed candle. The witch and the vampire assassin fled to Coggindams, a dwarven ruin. We can deal with them in there.
We should find Lyris first.
Time is of the essence. You get to the ruin, I'll find Lyris and we'll meet you there. It's southeast of Dusktown. If you get there before us, go inside and guard the entrance until we arrive.
Alright, I'll meet you in the Dwarven Rune. Looks like we have to go past this Harrowstorm right here. this looks like the place. Oh, fun times.
We're here. Let's find this assassin.
Careful. I sense the presence of other vampires.
No!
Arrow fiends. There's a ritual this night, so they must have brought them from someplace else.
Give up the trade. Long enough. Sister Sada shall revive the exiles.
That's for Queen Gertrude, you bastard.
Now we need to find Sister Thada.
Oh, that was easy. Yeah, so far this is really easy, but then again, I'm fighting vampires with fire, and as a vampire, so that might have something to do with it.
Rise, Exarch, and be reborn!
The Ashen Lord commands
this
it,
place?
and so we live once more, Orfra.
Life again? How?
You have the Icereach Coven to thank for that, werewolf.
Using my recipes, witch.
I meant no disrespect to Exarch Simolis.
We're being watched, brother.
Next time, Thada, the Ashen Lord, will expect more than the restoration of a single reliquary. Now deal with the intruders, or I'll toss you to the Harrow fiends.
Come out, little skeevers. Come out and play with Sister Tharda.
How many of your sisters am I gonna have to kill before you give up?
vengeance will plague you beyond the grave.
For the pyre. Let's go after the other two.
Bitch. She was no match for us. Oh. You know, going back through this off camera as Ojel Grill will be interesting.
Damn, lost them.
You saw it too, right? That werewolf shed that statue like a snake sheds its skin. Was she inside that stone husk the whole time, waiting to be awakened? Or did the ritual somehow summon her into that vessel? There's a lot I still don't understand.
What do you think Sister Tharda was doing in there?
A ritual, obviously. Remember the altar at Kilcreath? We found the urn, the reliquary, and shards from a large stone vessel. I think they were the remains of one of those stone husks. I'm not sure how, but it all ties back to the Harrowstorms.
How do the stone husks tie to the Harrowstorms?
I thought the purpose of the Harrowstorms were to create Harrow Fiends. Now I think that's only a byproduct. The storm somehow gathered energy that the witch used to summon Ulfra the werewolf. Ulfra seems to think she was brought back to life.
Brought back to life? Is that even possible? Okay, my character's fucking stupid. Necromancer, motherfucker.
I've come to the conclusion that anything is possible where magic is concerned. I'm going to look around with Lyris, then return to Old Mjolnir to finish studying the witchpike residue. Maybe that will help me understand how the ritual works.
We heard them mention Exarchs and the Ashen Lord. Do you know what that means?
I don't know of any Ashen Lord, but Exarch. I came across the term after the incident at the mass grave in Banquerai. It's a rank, used by the ancient army. Its members were buried in that unhallowed grave, and their remains were smuggled here.
What ancient army?
The Grey Host. It was an army of vampires and werewolves that rampaged across Hammerfell during the First Era. There aren't a lot of records remaining, and even the burial site was a closely held secret. Exarch was a rank, like General, I suppose.
Do you think someone is trying to bring the Grey Host back?
I don't know. But that's the impression I got from the witch's conversation with the Exarchs. I wish I knew more about this Sengalis and Ulfra, though. And the Ashen Lord, for that matter. That's why I want to check the ritual site.
Can you really figure out the ritual by studying the residue?
Theoretically, using my knowledge of alchemy and old Mjolnir's understanding of reach magic, we should be able to figure something out once we know what components were used in the ritual.
We heard them... Okay, we already said that. Alright, let's talk to Lyris.
Damn it! The vampire and the werewolf are long gone. They call themselves Singalis and Ophrah, and they had an unusual title, Exarch. I wonder what that means.
They also mentioned an Ashen Lord.
Yeah, I heard. No idea who or what that is, though. Maybe Fenn can make sense of what we saw down here. In the meantime, I'm gonna head back inside. I want to get a better look at those stone husks that were left behind.
What do you want me to do?
While Fenn and I examine that ritual site more closely, you should return to Solitude and inform Svanna that her mother's assassin has been taken care of. She'd want to know. More than that, she deserves to know.
I'll go tell Svanna the news.
I left Svanna back at the Lonely Troll under the care of that drunken orc Mog. Unless he ignored my rather stern warnings, he should be keeping the princess there. I'll meet you back in the city once we finish here.
Alright, let's head back to Solitude and talk to Svanna and see what's up. Although we killed her mother's assassin, the plot thickens. Although if they are bringing back this Grey Host, I suppose that would make sense why the DLC is called Greymore. On the other hand, I suspect that if they're not bringing back the Grey Host, that this clan of vampires that they're working with could be, Clan Greymore or something like that. I don't know, it's all very interesting. Because see, this is my first time... This is my first time playing through Greymore, so... I don't exactly know what's going on. Unlike with Elsewhere, I knew what was going on. As for Greymore and Blackwood, I don't know a goddamn thing.
Finally! Waiting in a tavern without a drink is maddening. How do other people do it? And Mog hasn't been helpful. His solution to every problem involves a great amount of alcohol. What news of the bastard who murdered my mother? Did you find him?
We tracked down and killed your mother's assassin.
I would have preferred to see him dragged back here for a proper trial and execution. But at least justice has been served. Were you able to determine who was behind the murder? Was it connected to the threat you came to warn my father about?
Yes, the assassin was a vampire who was working with the Icereach Coven.
Damn those Reach witches! And damn my father for being so obstinate! But what does the Coven want? Are they planning to kill my father? What else can you tell me about this threat to our kingdom?
The Coven can summon devastating storms that wipe people's minds and turn them into monsters.
That's horrible. But there must be more to this than simply turning my people into monsters. Well, I'll do what I can to help you. Mother would have wanted me to. What you've done and discovered will be enough to convince my father. It has to be. You and Lyris risked your lives for my kingdom and have been met with nothing but suspicion. You counted on my mother to be your advocate, to convince my father of the Coven's threat. Now she's gone. I'm no substitute, but I'll speak for you.
Will the High King even listen to you?
My father hasn't heard a word I've said since I was old enough to talk. But with Mother gone, someone has to make him see reason. You know, she tried to teach me, but I never listened. I guess maybe I'm more like my father than I care to admit.
The Coven isn't acting alone. Someone called the Ashen Lord commands vampires and werewolves.
That makes it even more imperative that he heeds your warning and takes action. All of the holds are in danger. Hoffingar, Hjalmarch, Karthald. My father needs to do something before another storm strikes. Meet me at the Blue Palace, all right?
I'll meet you at the Blue Palace.
I just need a moment to think about how to approach this. Consider the words to use. My courtly manners are a bit rusty, and I've never been much for diplomacy and fancy speeches. Shore's bones, I could use a drink. Wish me luck, Mog.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Who's up for archaeology? Anyone?
Has it just been plain old foods? Oh no.
Well,
You would have me spread my forces across the realm to search for nightmares you dredged up from a bottle?
it's not.
Or should I say, the whispers of eastern vipers tickling your ears?
But Mother!
Enough! Then next you come before me to vomit up your counsel. Make sure it doesn't stink of
Oh my god, you fucking asshole.
Damn the man. He wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise. Mother always knew how to talk to him. Me, not so much.
Tell me how your mother would have handled that.
Mother had a way with Father, but she could be just as stubborn. If she wanted something done and he wouldn't oblige, she'd do it herself. Time to take her lessons to heart, I guess. If my father won't take a stand, then I suppose it's up to me.
What do you have in mind?
Our kingdom consists of 3 holds. Hoffingar, Hjalmarch, and Karthald. I need to warn them. The Jarls might listen, even if my father won't. I'm the daughter of the High King, after all. Time to start acting like one. Will you come with me?
I'll accompany you to see the Jarls.
We should visit Jarl Redharn of Hjalmarch first. If we can convince him of the threat, at least his hold can take steps to protect itself. We'll find him in his hall in Morthal. I'll leave word for Lyris with Mog, so she'll know where to find us.
Well, Morthal it is.
Lucky Mog along your message. I would have hated to miss all this.
Alright, let's
Why
talk to
does
the
the
Jarl.
Princess of Solitude grace my humble hall with her royal presence? Are you here on behalf of the High King?
I've come to warn you, Jarl Redharn.
Warn me? I already received orders from your father. What more is there to say?
Orders? Right. But you need to prepare the hold's defenses.
And what must we defend ourselves against this time? More urns and fetishes?
Please, Jarl Redharn, let my friend explain. The threat to our holds is worse than you can imagine.
You're the one my wife spoke of. One who returned our daughter to us. I owe you my deepest gratitude. For that, you have my ear. So, tell me of this danger that threatens our realm.
Apparently I did a quest here. The Icereach Coven can summon deadly magical storms. One storm already destroyed Kilcreath Temple.
We're not Daedra worshippers. Our blood's hot enough to boil a blizzard. We've got more pressing concerns than some northern squall. We received Svargrim's orders, promptly ignored them, and immediately ran afoul of a gaggle of reachmen.
High King Svagrim sent you orders?
The High King sent a royal decree, said to leave any strange objects or fetishes we spotted around the hold alone. They were dangerous, he said. Just so happens we found a few. I had my soldiers destroy them. That's when we encountered the reachmen.
Sounds like the Icereach Coven's ritual items. Tell me about the reachmen you encountered.
The barbarians reacted poorly when we destroyed the strange witch sticks. We beat them back and chased them into the nearby barrow. But that was the last I heard from my soldiers. Since you dealt with this before, would you investigate the barrow?
I'll go to the burrow and find out what happened to your soldiers.
If I were a few years younger and had more soldiers to spare, I'd march east to the Morthal Barrow and deal with the sorceress nonsense myself. But I'm not. I don't. And I have other responsibilities. Take this key. It will get you into the barrow.
Yay! We get to investigate a Nordic tomb! This is gonna be fun. We're probably gonna end up fighting Reachmen, but because it's a Nordic tomb, there's bound to be Draugr somewhere.
See that mound? That's the barrow. The entrance will be down below.
Keep back! The barrow is unsafe.
Jarl Redharn sent us. What?
Reachmen. You, sir! The barrow limits. We are here to make sure it's in or out, and will do so by any means necessary.
Jarl Redhorn sent us. He said he has soldiers he sent to the barrow.
I did not. As the soldiers, I'd left to send a message. We destroyed a number of strange sticks set up on the outskirts of town. Then we reached the barrow. We spotted a few Reach barbarians. I sent word and we charged after them.
What happened?
A storm appeared in the barrow, if you can believe such a thing. It was foul magic, almost certainly. Soldiers began changing around me, dying or falling into a stupor. Some turned into monsters, and then the Draugr clawed out of their graves.
Did you see one of these strange sticks in the barrow?
We never made it that far inside. And when the storm hit, it was all I could do to get out and seal the door behind us. If the Jarl sent you, and you're intent on entering the barrow, I won't stop you. But emerge as a monster.
I'm already a monster by your terms, bitch. I'm a fucking vampire. I'm a fucking vampire, and I'm gonna stop the vampire menace. Called it.
Those bodies, they're the Jarl's soldiers.
A meager harvest. This grave reliquary must be moved to more fruitful fields. Protect the witch pike. Do not let them destroy it.
That's done. Let's tell the Jarl what happened here.
Well, that boss fight was rather short.
If I never have to enter another barrow, it will be too soon. No sign of that witch or the reliquary she ran off with. We should get back to the Jarl's Hall.
What do you think we saw down there?
We saw the last stand of what could have been a much larger attack on Morthal. The witch pike in the barrow was the only one that wasn't destroyed before they performed the ritual. Soldiers were caught in the Harrowstorm, but the town was spared.
So that's why the soldiers became Harrow Fiends.
That's what happened in Kilcreath after the storm hit. I'm more curious about the witch, though. Why was that gray reliquary important enough for her to grab it and run off as soon as she spotted us? Come on, let's go talk to Jarl Redharn.
I'll see you at the Jarl's Hall.
And then Mog threw up all over the Sword Thane's boots.
Ha! This orc friend of yours sounds... Ah, your companion's return. Well, friend of Svanna, are you as good as your word? Tell me what you discovered at the Morthal Barrow.
A few of your soldiers escaped, but a Harrowstorm claimed everyone in the barrow.
A Harrowstorm? Like the thing the princess was telling me about? The thing that destroyed Kilcreath? Gods! A pox on the Reach and its barbarian horde! What else? What about the Reachmen in the barrow?
We destroyed a witch pike and dealt with the Reachmen, but one of the Coven witches got away.
Disappointing, but not unexpected. Reach witches are a tricky lot. Still, you have my thanks. In the meantime, Hjalmar shall prepare for war. We may not have a defense against the Harrowstorms, but we can be ready to attack once we have a target.
As soon as we find out where the Coven's leaders are hiding, Svanna will send word.
With you and Lyris's help, we've gained the trust of Jarl Redharn. My father respects the Jarl. That will go a long way in convincing the High King to take the Coven's threat seriously. Now we need to do the same thing at Carthold.
Tell me about Carthold.
Jarl Ulfwen rules the Hold, which was established to provide a defensible border against the Reach. If any of the Western Holds can deal with this threat, it's Carthold. But first, I have one more thing to discuss with Redharn.
Of course, Princess.
Jarl Redharn, prepare your forces as you say. But we need you in Solitude.
Solitude? I have troubles here in Hjalmarch. Why should I leave when my hold needs me?
High King Svargrim won't listen to us, but he might listen to you.
Get up, Princess. If you
Aha.
each other apart, right in front of me.
Stay inside. Stick together. We'll take care of this.
Okay, I said talk to Svanna.
These people, they're from Karthwatch. They might be all that's left of the town.
What happened to Karthwatch?
They say it was a storm. Powerful. Devastating. It engulfed the entire town. It had to be a Harrowstorm. That's the only explanation. There could be other survivors.
There could be other survivors.
Maybe even Jarl Olfwin. We need to make a search.
Okay, alright, let's head to Karthwatch.
Let's hurry. Every second we waste could be the difference between life or death. Be cursed.
You escaped the barrow? No matter. This time we'll harvest all of the grey reliquaries. Too bad you arrived so late. Your life energy would fit perfectly in my reliquaries. Come. Protect the grey reliquary with your lives!
I need a moment. Let's talk over there.
Okay, it's inside this little stable thing.
Some dark purpose. Sorry. Guess I'm not completely used to the fighting and all. That urn, though. The Grey Reliquary. The witch was adamant about protecting it, gathering it up. She said something about our life energy. Oh, gods, I think I know what they're doing.
Tell me what you think you figured out.
Remember what the witch said as we approached the town. This time we'll harvest all the Grey Reliquaries, she said. That our life energy would have fit perfectly in the urns. I think the Harrowstorm steals life energy and puts it in the reliquaries.
So what do you want to do, Princess?
If the Jarl is still alive, she can take care of herself for a while longer. The witch hasn't gathered all the reliquaries yet. I say we get to them first and destroy them. I won't let these bastards profit off the destruction of Karthwatch.
Alright, let's destroy any great reliquaries we can find.
Things won't bring my people back. But the same goes for the Grey Host.
You could not stop the Harrowstorms, and you cannot stop me.
What was that about not being able to stop you?
That's done. Now let's check on the Jarl. Her hall is right up the hill.
But first, let's level up. Let's just go up this way.
Stay back! Don't make me... Oh, you're not one of the witches or their monsters. I thought this was the end for me. I barely have the strength left to conjure a light breeze. Wait a moment. Is that Princess Svanna?
Svanna and I are here to help. Tell me who you are and what happened here.
I'm Magister Fidelia. I serve Jarl Ulfren as her court mage. I've been fending off witches, vampires, and these crazed villagers since the chaos started. There was a storm. Definitely magical in nature. It turned our own people against us.
What about the Jarl? Is she still alive?
I'm not sure. I sent the Jarl into the cellar when the storm began, when I still thought it was just a bad storm. Please, go downstairs. Make sure the Jarl is safe. Cartold will be lost without her.
I'll try to find the Jarl.
The cellar. Jarl Ulfren is in the cellar. Make sure that she's all right.
Jarl Ulfren! No! I need to get some air. Please, recover. You can't leave it down here. I'm sorry, Fidelia. Jarl Ulfwen, she's...
That's the Carthold crown. Jarl Ulfwen's gone, then? I failed her.
You did everything you could. It's a wonder you weren't affected by the Harrowstorm.
Harrowstorm? Is that what you call what happened here? Why I didn't turn into a monster is a mystery... Wait... The Hold soldiers clashed with Reachman scouts a few days ago. They brought back these medallions the scouts were wearing.
An Icereach Coven medallion. I've seen them before. You had this on you the entire time?
Yes. I was preparing to study the enchantments I detected upon it when the Harrowstorm struck. I guess I slipped it into my pocket without really thinking about it. Could this be some sort of protection against the storm?
It certainly seems possible. We might be able to use that knowledge to protect the kingdom.
Garthwatch is gone. No people, no Jarl. The seat of the entire hold. Wiped out. Just like that. I have to get my father to take action!
What should we do now, Svanna?
I need to get back to the Eversnow and gather the survivors. Take them to Solitude, where they'll be safe. At least as safe as we can make them. Then I have to have a serious talk with my father. I'll make him listen to me, damn it, no matter what!
What do you want me to do?
Return to Solitude. Find Lyris and meet me in the Blue Palace. I have a room upstairs that we can use. We need to come up with a plan. Something that will help me convince my father to act.
I'll find Lyris and meet you in the palace.
Come on, you brainless cur! This way!
Glad to see you're alive and well. I was getting worried with all the Herald they've been bringing into the city.
What are they doing with the Herald?
They've been taking them to the Temple of the Divines in Castle Dower. I suppose it's really the only place to care for them in their condition.
So, High King Svagrim is finally taking our warning seriously.
Jarl Redharn gave him an earful the moment we entered the Blue Palace. Nord politics. It's a wonder to behold. One step removed from a barroom brawl. I'm disappointed they didn't start slugging each other, but it worked out in the end.
Lyris. We reached Karthwatch too late. It was destroyed by a Harrowstorm.
Damn it. I was afraid of that. We're running out of time and we still don't fully understand what we're facing out there. Hey, where's the princess? Tell me you didn't lose Svanna in Karthwatch.
Svanna's fine. She wants us to meet her in the in her chamber in the Blue Palace.
Assassins tried to kill the High King. They murdered Queen Gerhild.
Our poor king must be devastated. Princess, too.
What do you want?
The Svanna I know would leave all this bother behind. Come back to the troll and let the royalty deal with this.
I am the royalty, Mog. It's time I started acting like it. Welcome to the princess's chamber, my friend. I don't remember the last time I spent more than a few moments in here. Anyway, Jarl Redharn and Magister Fridelia are here, giving my father an earful. Thanks for helping me at the holds.
We weren't able to save Karthwatch.
No, but we saved Morthal, and stopped the Coven from getting the Grey Reliquaries at Karthwatch. And we brought the Hold leaders here. All of that matters. Take this, my royal allowance. I was going to buy wine, but you can make better use of it. We return to fight. First time in a princess's chamber, my friend?
Let's see. What do we have in our journal? Ah, the Seat of the Snow Prince. Pretty sure I've already found one of these. I'm curious, what does this even do? Magicka, stamina, health. Adds 317 stamina and magicka recovery while your health is above 50%. Adds 952 health recovery while your health is 50% or less. Interesting. Let's continue on with what she has to say.
My father is finally doing something about the Coven threat. But it's not enough. Extra patrols and rounding up the Herald is all well and good. But what we really need is a defense against the Harrowstorms.
What about the Medallions? They seem to protect Fidelia in Karthwatch.
Unfortunately, we've only recovered a few of the medallions. And Magister Fidelia hasn't determined what enchantment the medallions use to provide their protection. We need another solution.
Lyris and I know a scholar of sorts who's trying to understand the Harrowstorm.
Right. Lyris mentioned that. Coincidentally, a courier delivered a message for you from Dusktown. I never heard of the place, but she said it was sent by someone named Fenorian. Is that your scholar? Read the message and let's see if he'll help us.
I'll read Fenorian's message.
Take the message from the table. Then see if you can convince Fenorian to join us. Maybe with his help we can devise a defense against the storms. I'll stay here and continue to annoy my father until he gives this threat the attention it deserves.
Wise woman. How are you going to make your father listen?
You forget that I have help now. My father might be able to ignore me, but he'll have a harder time dismissing a Jarl and the court mage. It's funny. I would have thought he'd be happy to see me finally take an interest in politics.
Maybe this is how you prove yourself to him.
I don't care about his approval, but I'd like to earn his respect. With Mother gone, we're both going to have to work harder to keep our kingdom running. It will be easier if we find a way to get along.
Alright, let's read Fenorian's message. Friends, further work with old Miolin led to a discovery that promises to unravel the entire mystery that has confounded us so far. To that end, I returned to the mining settlement called Dusktown. If you have additional need of my services, I have secured a lodging in a building on the south side of town. I'll write again if this lead bears fruit. Fenorian. Interesting.
Dusktown. I wonder what Fenn's found that led him back down there. Does his message give any indication of where we can find him? The settlement isn't big, but it's not exactly small either.
Fenn's message says he secured lodging on the south side.
Well, that's a start. You know, I never imagined I'd be working side by side with vampires, let alone ones I respect. With all the leeches we've already had to kill, it's nice to see another side. Fenn's different. And so are you.
Okay, Lyris, I have been a vampire the entire time I've known you. Shut the fuck up! Oh my god! All your insulting towards vampires and saying that you'd never imagined working with one, let alone ones I respect. You have nothing but respect for me. I will personally give your ass back to Molag Bal if you keep this up. Then you can go work in your foundry, lose your courage, lose your character, and all that fun shit that I pulled you out of, even though I was a vampire. You didn't have an issue with it then. Motherfucker. Okay, now that that's out of my system, we certainly are. Let's go find Fenn.
I need to get my axe sharpened before we go back down into Blackreach. Don't wait for me.
Of course you do.
I'll catch up with you in Dusktown.
Yeah, douse it with garlic too, bitch. I have an allergy. Yeah, if you're gonna sharpen that axe, you might as well douse it with garlic too. It's not like I have an allergy or anything. Oh, talk about vampires. Lyris is really starting to piss me off.
What?
I mean, the Greymore storyline, so far it seems pretty encapsulating. I really like it. But seriously, Lyris is... I like Lyris a lot in the base game, but it seems like in the DLC she's just being an utter Karen towards vampires. I mean, vampires are a commonly hated thing in the Elder Scrolls lore, so I mean, to that end, I like what they're doing, but at the same time, it's like, I'm a vampire, you're insulting them to my face. Why? You're literally best friend, your best friend, one of your best friends and ally is a vampire, and you're just insulting vampires to my face. That is pretty fucking insulting, not gonna lie. Oh, do we seriously have to go back to Dusktown? Yes, yes we do. Do you remember the good old days before the ghost town? We danced and sung till the moonlight ends and the boomtown.
Watch your back.
What an exciting case! I simply must write down this new development.
We have focus on the task at hand. There will be time for that later.
Those new arrivals, they didn't stop in Dusktown, went straight for those dwarven ruins.
I thought we were trying to keep this place a secret, and they sure didn't look like miners to me.
What is it?
What do you want?
This must be Fenorian's house right here.
Glad I found you. Now let's get Fenn and return to the Blue Palace. Fenn, you in here? Let's look around.
A note. It's not easy to come by, even in Blackreach. Edyar was lying. Cave-ins don't cause those sort of injuries. Trust was hard to earn, but he's sharing the truth about what happened to him, and Edyar's blood was saturated with Neth. Is the likely cause of his resistance, but I need to see for myself. Edyar knows a way inside. Edyar won't cooperate, insists on rescuing his pack members near the old dwarven tower in Lightless. I promised to meet Edyar outside Dusktown, camp east of the bridge.
Burnt papers. Someone was trying to hide something. Fenn never struck me as a messy person. Could there have been a struggle here? Burnt journal pages, Fenn's flask, and a strange old key. All found among clear signs of a struggle. But other than what's in the I didn't see any blood. That means Fenn was probably taken alive.
What do you make of the notes in the key?
The key looks dwarven to me, and the notes mention a dwarven tower. They could be connected. The notes also indicate that Fenn was going to meet with someone named Edyar east of the Dusktown Bridge. You start there, and I'll check with the locals.
I'll try to find this Edyar then.
I have no idea who Edyar is, or who took Fenn for that matter. It could be this Ashen Lord we heard mentioned, or maybe the Icereach Coven. The question is, why take Fenn at all? Why not just kill him? Does he have information they need?
Do you think Fenn's disappearance is related to whatever drew him to Blackreach?
More than likely. If they want to get information out of him, death might be preferable to whatever tortures they have planned. Let's get to it. You find this Edyar, and I'll see if the locals saw what happened here.
Locals.
Keep your weapons sharp and close.
Sod off. This is my patch of ground. You don't listen too well, do you? Alright. Talk fast and tell me why I shouldn't rip out your throat.
I'm looking for Fenorian. His notes said he was working with you.
This kept notes? Of course he did. And where is Fenorian? He's late, and he compensated me for the information I gave him. I need that key!
Fenn's gone missing. Tell me what the two of you were doing so I can find him.
Missing? Probably taken by the same bastard that has my packmates, Exart Singalis. Fenorian said he could provide a key to unlock their chains, if I told him about the experiments performed on us. If you can get that key, I'll tell you more.
You mean this dwarven key?
Hircine's fetid breath, that's it! Look, I managed to escape from Singalis' tower, but my packmates are still chained up in the Lightless Hollow. Use that key to set them free. Then, I'll tell you how to find Fenorian.
Alright, I'll free your packmates.
The Lightless Hollow lies to the east, and Hircine's claws. Who is that tall woman?
Stand down. I'm a friend. None of the locals really wanted to talk. One or two admitted to seeing Fenn, but no one witnessed any kind of disturbance at his lodgings. At least, no one saw anything they were willing to tell me about. Is this Edyar? Does he know anything?
Edyar can lead us to Fenn, but first we need to fulfill the bargain Fenn made with
Why
him.
is everything so complicated in this part of Skyrim? Alright, so tell me, what did Fenn agree to do for our half-naked friend over there?
We need to free Edyar's packmates from Exarch Zingalius in the Lightless Hollow.
Packmates? Edyar is a werewolf? Pfft, this just keeps getting better and better. So I take it you know how you want to deal with this particular situation?
Okay, so I'm wondering, when I go through this on my, on Ogel Greel, the Argonian character y'all mostly see me play on, I'm wondering, will I get unique dialogue since Ogel Greel is a werewolf? I'm curious about that. Anyway, I'll use the key we found to free the pack. Meet me in the Lightless Hollow, south of the work camp. To the Lightless Hollow. Better not be as fucking dark as the Lightless Oubliette, cause fuck that. Oh, there's a Sky Shard. Give me. Now. And we got a skill point. Very nice. I'm not even gonna ask why the fuck I just heard moaning. Oh, please, please, please don't be pitch black. Okay, thank God. Oh, thank the divines!
Where are you? Why do you smell like Edyar?
Edyar sent me. Are you one of his packmates?
Edyar sent you? Then he made it. He's alive. That's wonderful news. Exarch Zingalius experimented on me. I blacked out, but they thought I was dead. They tossed me out of the tower. Barely managed to crawl to this spot.
Where's the rest of your pack?
Still at the camp. To the north. Hamilled. Matilda and Thevin. Save them before Singalis finishes them off. Just come back, all right? I don't think I can make it on my own.
Edyar is on his way. I'll be back with the rest